Hi, I'm John Maxey, joined by Mrs. Wigan to talk about Financial Aid Night. Mrs. Wigan, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
So when is Financial Aid Night going to be held?
We are holding Financial Aid Night on Thursday, December 11th at the Norristown Area High School Auditorium.
Okay.
And we're very fortunate to have a really exceptional, insightful speaker named Michael Burke. He's from FIA and he knows all there is to know about financial aid.
What time is the event going to start?
The event will be at 6:30 this year in the auditorium, and a special guest speaker that we also have this year is Dan Perez, and he's from Bryn Athens, and he is a bilingual speaker who will help our Hispanic parents to better understand the admissions and the financial aid process for this year.
So who should be attending this event?
Absolutely any senior and senior parents that want to understand what is the purpose of financial aid, why should they fill it out, how much money they could potentially get, because at the end of the day, our seniors have been working really hard to apply to a community college, a trade school, a four-year college, all the things that they want to go for their post-secondary dreams. Now we have to start having the realistic conversation of how do we pay for it. And that all begins with FAFSA and attending our financial aid night in December 11th.
Can students other than students that are seniors attend the event?
Well, they could attend just to educate themselves, but really this is going to happen every single year, so they can wait for their particular time to come. So financial aid is a big word that really sums down to FAFSA, which is free application of federal student aid.
Hi,
so
ladies
it is
and
free,
gentlemen, good morning.
and it's online, and it's FAFSA.gov. So FAFSA.gov, and it will start to explore all the possibilities of scholarships,
that's it.
grants,
Let's go.
loans, work study, all those
Thank
terms
you.
out there that you hear about, but you don't know how do I get scholarships, how do I get loans, how do I get work study. It all begins with FAFSA.
So who's going to be presenting at the event?
We have Michael Burke, who is from FIA, which is the Pennsylvania Higher Agency, and he is all knowledgeable about the differences between how you can get grants to go to college, which is money that you don't have to pay back, and that is extremely financial need-based. So based on your family's income, the government could step in and give you a Pell Grant, which is approximately, the maximum is $5,700 a year, which is a lot in terms of free money. You can also get scholarships, which is money for your brains and your smartness, so you can get that from the government as well as from your local schools. You can do work study where the student can go on campus and work and get paid, and then the government can also give you loans, direct loans, also called the Stafford loan.
So I know you said there's going to be a bilingual speaker there.
Correct.
What part will they play in the event?
Well, this is the first time that we've had a bilingual speaker, so I think what we would do is I am teaming up with Ms. Shaheen and Unadad to kind of promote that out, as well as making the phone call and emails. And when the parents come who may have difficulty understanding English, we're going to have a very separate presentation in another wing where he will explain the financial aid process as well as the college application process and have pamphlets to hand out in Spanish.
Okay, that's great. So why is it important that students and families attend?
It's important because after you fill out college applications, the next logical question is, well, where are the scholarships? Where are the loans? Where are the grants? Because at some point, once your child gets in and is extremely expensive, now we have to look at the reality of how do we pay for it. College can be very expensive. Private colleges can be expensive as $50,000. Montgomery County Community College is nice and affordable at $5,000 a year. But either way, someone has to figure out how to pay for it. So by filling out the FAFSA and understanding how to navigate the financial aid process, you are potentially going to get free money from the government, money from the state, work study opportunities, as well as loans. And that is how most everyone in the whole world, I think, pays for college. That's how I paid for college, and that's why I think it's very important that any senior and senior parent that doesn't understand what FAFSA is or what it can do for you to please attend our very educational presentation next Thursday night.
So what forms do students need to fill out to apply for financial aid?
With the world of technology, it is so easy now. FAFSA.gov, starting January the 1st, every family can log on, get a PIN number. I mean, actually you can get a 4-digit PIN number now and then wait till January the 1st. So you log on to FAFSA.gov, you start your application. You do need your W-2 information, so you can pull from last year's W-2s if you're working the same job. And it's really early bird gets the worm. The sooner you can submit this application, the sooner you will get a student aid report back and be able to find out how much free money, scholarship money, loans, grants your child is eligible for.
When is the end date for applying for financial aid?
I would say it's really smart to get it done in January and February, if possible, because those are really the first 2 months where, there's a pile of money out there, but it will eventually start to run out. So I would say try not to go past March if you can help it. By then, hopefully your taxes are done, if you want to do taxes and wait for that. Or like I said, you can do last year's taxes and do a predictor, and it's enough for them to generate the information to give you an idea of what your award letter would be.
Okay. Can you only apply for financial aid online, or is there a paper form version?
There is a paper form. I would not recommend the paper form because it would take you twice as long to get your answer back. You could make a mistake and not know you made a mistake. So by doing it online, number one, you can't make a mistake because they're not going to enable you to go to the next page, and you'll get your answer back so much quicker. Because at the end of the day, what do we want to do? We want to have our answer. We want to know how to pay for it. We want to be able to celebrate that your child is going to this college and also know that you can afford to go. And that really does begin with FAFSA and financial aid.
Why is it so important that students that apply? Why is it important that they apply for financial aid?
Well, because I would like to think that most people don't have $50,000 just hanging around. And if you can get free money from the government because the government is there to help students with financial need, or the government is there to help students who are very smart and might need a scholarship to go to school, you'll never know what you're eligible for until you apply. And it is free, so it doesn't cost you any money. And somewhere in the near future, I probably will be doing an interview that we will even have FAFSA Help Night here, where I will be hosting 2 sessions, a 5:30 and a 6:30 session, to help parents fill that form out online if they need it.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, just if your child has been applying to colleges and now your next question is how do I afford it, I would definitely recommend that you go to Financial Aid Night next Thursday at 6:30 in the auditorium.
I just have one more question for you. Why is it important that students attend financial aid night?
It's extremely important for students and parents to attend Financial Aid Night because if they want to be able to afford college and not be in debt, one of the things they need to do is educate themselves about the resources that are out there. So the government is out there to help our students with financial needs, students who are smart and need a scholarship for athletics or for their brains, and there's work study where they can work and make money, and then there's loans. So there's 4 different huge definitions that we want to educate you about so that you can be able to have all the resources available to afford your post-secondary dreams, whether it be Montco, a trade school, a 4-year school, or anything that you choose to do.
All right, thank you. I'm John Maxey. I just talked with Mrs. Wiegand about financial aid night next Thursday, 6:30 p.m. in the auditorium. Now back to the Eagles Eye.